I was doing a sermon and SCI ended the sermon too early because SCI doesn't want me talking about my suffering. So they don't want you guys to know what's going on with my suffering. So basically, I just said I looked at one light and I suffered, and then they ended the transmission, the video, and then they channeled me and said, we don't want people knowing you're suffering. It's fine, let them know my suffering. They're evidently freaking out because they didn't know I was having a stroke first. You know, can you tell somebody's having a stroke? Honestly, you can and you can't. So my symptoms, so if they would say, you know, one psychosis paralysis, okay, well, I have like a Bell's palsy thing, and I don't know where that came from, but my life has always been like that. And so it was even when I was with an ex, and I was looking at myself in the mirror, because I think some people are saying, you know, how come one side goes down? And I said, I don't know, like, beats me. So it was 1 year, and I said, I don't want anybody looking at me anymore. Then I'm like in my 30s. And then I think it was like my early 30s, and I'll be 40 in July. And I remember just saying, I don't want anybody looking at me. I'm so self-conscious now because one side is up and one side goes down. And anyway, so that's, you know, one side of a stroke. But since that's always going on with me, people can't tell if I'm having a stroke, but I can tell if I'm having a stroke. So basically, let me tell you how it works, okay? I don't end this. So how it works is that the PTSD thing happened, which is one flashing light. So it ended up raising my blood pressure via inflammation, via stress. It raised my blood pressure, and then it moved a blood clot to my head over here. So it raised the blood pressure. Now now the blood clot went from this way though. A blood clot got moved over here. So now I'm over there on the street. Now I'm vomiting. Now I'm going through stroke things. So now I'm vomiting on the streets. Now I'm, you know, just needing to honestly go to the restroom. And so right when I got here, I forgot to fix that stroke. And actually, I don't fix my own things. I fix your guys' ailments, but I don't fix my own. You know, I don't know. I think it's PTSD from personal gain stuff with that. So I don't want to deal with that. So it sucks. So those are my complexes within. So I have to cope with, okay, so SCI doesn't want me to talk about my trauma, or we don't want you guys to be emotionally overloaded with the trauma that I have to go through as your teacher, okay? So we just want everybody to know is that I'm going through extreme suffering. That's why I get to cope today. It's top secret approved that I get to cope once a month, you know, and I get to cope like this. So whenever I get to cope, I get to talk. I get to talk to you guys. Sorry, I had to crack my leg. I was trying to crack my leg while everything was happening. And so I moved the table on accident. And so anyway, these are the things I want you guys to understand. These are taboo things that they don't want you to talk about. Is that you can cope with BAC, blood alcohol content. You can cope with THC, you know, THC, which is what we break down to instead of THC, say, you know, throw actual chemical compounds at me. So it's C21H30O2. So those are the things that they're putting in you, cramping 21 things, healing 30, so overhealing, which is wellness, O2. Breath of fresh air. That's what THC is for you. Okay? So when I said I needed salvation, did any of you think that you could not pick something from the calendar that I bestowed to you and hand it back to me and say, we can fix your strokes with this? That's why I said I went over the calendar and I thought, I don't think they could do anything for this. They can't offer words for salvation. They cannot offer lights for salvation. They can't offer words or lights for salvation. So what did I end up doing for salvation? I connected with Planet X, and plasma healed my stroke. That's why I feel so good after I actually was open to receiving Planet X healing. can they heal everybody's strokes? You just have to be open to receiving Planet X healing. So are they, yeah, do that? They're okay with us thinking like that. Was that ever a thing? Did they tell me that? No. That's just something that I started doing. I said, if you're going to be over here, Planet X, you're going to be of service. And that's all. That's all I tell everybody. I only, during contact events, the only thing I tell everybody is that you're going to be of service. You're going to be of service. You're going to be of service. You're not doing anything. But if you want to do anything, you have to be of service. I need people to be of service. I need you guys to think about being of service to the earth, being of service to planet Earth. Gaia, you know, this place is called Terra Sophia. It's not just Earth. And whenever anybody invades, I tell them, I just need you to be of service. Go to a soup kitchen, help me. Okay, so I'm very active everywhere. When you guys got homelessness all over the news, I'm the one who did that thing. Now, whoa, how can you think like that and how come we can't? You're stopping yourself. Maybe you need to lower your ambitions and have a conversation with your heart. Maybe you need to do more and talk less. Because I need help. Like I said, I need people to think about being of service. I need people to go to a soup kitchen. I need people to come over here to Salt Lake City and fetch people when the mayor says we're looking for volunteers for Code Blue. I need people to run over to your city mayor and say, do we have a Code Blue for our homeless people, or is it just her conscience that's saving everybody's ass over there in Salt Lake City? So when there's a Code Blue, when it's so cold outside, mayor posts Code Blue. I need volunteers to help me with the homeless people. What's your mayor doing at 32 degrees? I don't know exactly what entitles for Code Blue. It's hopefully 32 degrees. But how cool is that? I can't tell you what goes on at the shelters, because there are laws, but man, I wish I could talk to you guys about, you know, the things you guys are missing on a homeless timeline, shelter timeline. And is this the thing I want to be doing? No, please do understand. The thing I want to be doing is the thing that you're seeing. This is the reason why I'm very everything for days like these. I don't take these days for granted. And you shouldn't take these days for granted too. So, say for instance, you say for salvation, and let's talk about salvation and healing and savior. And so my savior is myself to connect with Planet X for healing, and already connecting that establishment of having that thing. So how come I do that from the get-go? I don't heal myself. So I don't take the time to heal myself. I take the time to heal everybody else. I don't heal myself. So I do need to start healing myself every single day and connect myself with Planet X, or create a planet. So planets are really healing. So I need Eric Stupid's going girls now, going to help everybody, talk about everybody, what not thinking. What did I have to do for that? Just get rid of the stroke? Gosh, I feel so much better after I healed myself. So, yeah, you know, take the time to think about healing yourself, so that way you don't have to sit there and say, so she doesn't heal herself and sometimes she doesn't heal us. So you gotta do everything for yourself. You have to do everything for yourself. It's best if you can do everything for yourself, and then, because your family members haven't seen this. So it's best if you take the time to heal yourself, so that way you can learn how to heal others. So just connect with Planet X and heal. If you feel that feeling, you can, and then now connect that planet with others. You know, your mom, your dad, your animals, and I'll take the time to keep healing that planet, so that way they have 100% energy. So if you say energy is like energy, so say for instance this is your energy tab, and then you go all the way down to 0, I don't have any energy. Does this take energy? It's called a depressant for something. Now, what's the best point? What's the best part? What is the point of being depressed? How is it coping? So, it's coping by putting you in negative dimensions. So this thing will take you to negative dimensions. And if you say, it doesn't sound good, I would say, yeah, it sounds, you know, your instinct is correct. But the thing we don't know is that if you want to heal In homeostasis, which is balance, you actually have to go to negative dimensions, like really far down there, in order to heal imbalance. So when it doesn't mean that you're of service to say you say I need to heal imbalance. So you don't need this. If you need to heal imbalance, you don't need any. You don't have to take this, but this is how are you on this? With you guys, are you guys doing more? Are you doing less? Or are you doing exactly what you want to be doing? Is that bad? No, it's not bad, but there comes a time when you need to take your experiences and make them righteous. Okay? So being able to cope is fine,